how's it going? Matthew Bailey Media here, and welcome to sort of another TV show review. That's a live-action TV show review, that is. Now, I wasn't originally planning on doing a video on this, but after watching this series that this review is on, I figured I needed to talk about it. Now, I don't know if I did this if I showed this in any past video before, but if y'all do remember me saying that I purchased Jennette McCurdy's book, I'm Glad My Mom Died, which really was the best decision I ever made, because not only does this book explain what happened in the show that I'm about to review, but the show itself really helped me dive deep into what happened on these different shows that I grew up with. And that, of course, is the series Quiet on Set. It is a documentary series that I found on Max, which I have a subscription for. So I just watched the 4 episodes that the whole series is based on, and then I watched like a follow-up episode just now as of this recording. And if y'all don't know what Quiet on Set is about, it honestly is about a bunch of child actors who were acting on shows that some of them I did watch and some of them I didn't watch, but now that I'm thinking about it, I may need to go watch some shows that I did not see that were in this docu-series. But one show that was mentioned, or 2 shows I should say, that were mentioned in this documentary series that I grew up with were shows like Drake and Josh, and of course, iCarly. Now, Drake and Josh, the reason why I'm bringing that show up, I mean, I didn't watch that one as much as iCarly, but I thought I should talk about it, because one of the main stars, Drake Bell, as you all know, it was a pretty big child actor at the time, kind of like Macaulay Culkin was in the 90s. But honestly, when I found out what happened to him over 20 years ago, or I guess in this case it was 21 years ago, as of this video being released, because it happened in 2003, and honestly, I was only 4 years old at the time, and I only just started watching Drake and Josh right around that time. Sure, I was really young, but it was hard, dealing with that kind of trauma. I can't imagine what Drake Bell was going through. And I did see a lot of what was going on with him a couple of years ago, where he supposedly got arrested. I didn't know what was going on. But this docu-series really helped shed some light on the subject. Now, I gotta admit, I've been wanting to become an actor since I started here on YouTube, which was all the way back in 2016. But to be fair, I was 17 at the time, so I was still technically a child actor in a way, if I did become one, which I'm kind of glad I waited until I've been here on YouTube for a long period of time before I finally decided to become I'm still in the process of maybe eventually becoming an actor in general, but I want to start my acting career with voice acting mainly, because for those of you who have seen some of the videos where I do singing videos, I have a few of them on my secondary channel where you actually see like me in front of a mic, which is actually off screen over here, and a different hat as well. But I did my own version of I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, and I was acting like I was voice acting all the characters. Let me know what y'all think about that. Maybe I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. But now, in going back to iCarly for a second, like I said, Jennette McCurdy's book really does explain this as well, much better than the docu-series, but I still think I should bring up both of them. And let me just say, the creator of those of shows like Drake and Josh and iCarly, a guy who most of you may already know of, known as Dan Schneider. Now, thankfully, he was not part of the revival series for iCarly, which honestly, now that I think about it, I kind of like the revival much more than the original series now that I think about it. Especially because I did grow up on the show, but because Dan Schneider was not part of the revival, and a lot of his jokes that he shoved into the original were completely removed from this revival, made me like the show even better. I mean, seriously, I look back at everything that happened with this, especially after watching this docu-series. Shows like Drake and Josh, iCarly, and even some shows that are not even part of Nickelodeon, but when I found out some of the people who were behind the Nickelodeon shows that got arrested or were considered things that I shouldn't really talk about too much on here, because I do not want to be bringing up inappropriate stuff on here too much, but when I found out that those same people who were put away for some things they did on those Nickelodeon sets, for them to now for them to then get jobs at places like Disney Channel, especially for a show like The Suite Life of Zack and Cody. That's what I found out about from the docuseries. The first thing that popped into my mind was, do I really want to try to be a part of Hollywood if this is how kid actors were treated? So now that I'm a fully pledged adult, or a fully grown adult, I should say, 25 years old, if I still want to become an actor, again, doing voice acting first is probably safer for me, even if I am an adult, because it's just one small space in front of a microphone, like I said, like the one I have off screen. And boy, I'm just so glad that the Quiet on Set series was like the best thing that I ever had to watch. And now that I've learned the truth, both from that documentary series and, of course, Jennette McCurdy's book of I'm Glad My Mom Died. Jennette, I definitely feel for you, and I'm giving my support to you after reading your book. Truly inspiring words that you gave in both the book and some of your podcasts that I've managed to watch, and now this docuseries. So, now that I've reviewed the docuseries and also Jennette's book, let me give you my final thoughts / rating on the show. So, for my rating on this docuseries, of course, it was so eye-opening when I heard about a lot of stuff that was going on back then on some of the kids' shows that I watch, especially shows like Drake and Josh and iCarly, and even Sam and Cat, which was a spin-off to that show. And honestly, I'm going to give this docuseries a solid 5 out of 5 for really bringing the truth out on people like Dan Schneider and a few other people who I do not want to name just yet, because again, if you watch the docuseries on Max, or if you watch some videos that are talking about it and they bring up these people, then that's great. But for me, this show, or this documentary show, as well as things like Jennette McCurdy's book, really gave me an eye-opener. And for those of you who are still children, who watch my channel, who want to be child actors right now, I would probably, my best advice is wait until you get to being a young adult like me before you try to go into acting in any way, whether it's voice acting or live or actually being on a set, because I have a feeling that some of those people that were talked about in the docuseries are still out there. And I do not want to see innocent kids get hurt like these child actors did, especially someone like Drake Bell. So anyway, that's all for now in this TV show review. And like I said, I'm not sure what other videos I'll have planned for after this upload, but as always, I will see all you guys in the next video.